Oh, sorry, I was still muted. Hello, hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And because of that, we have got a fantastic community. You have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, don't forget the questions are all listed in the description box. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed. So, hello. Yes, the fancy kitties. The very fancy kitties. They're very sweet. I saw a short where there was a man who was having a very intelligent discussion about let me turn this down because I don't have it handy. Okay, so this man, Hype R Vigilant the Sixth is his name. But I loved this because he did this entire thing talking about serious issues, but with this cat. And so as he's talking, the cat just wants a little snuggle. And it just give him a little scritch. And they talk about the serious stuff. And it's like, this is how I need all news to be from now on. Whenever I want this on MSNBC, I want this on CNN. I need to hear all of the things that are happening in the world with a little fuzzy sweetness. So yes, Lois, let them eat catnip. Yes, that's it. Yes, Lois, perfect. All right. So hi, no, Carol. Hello, Woodpile Witch. Oh, Veronica, big hug. Sending you a big hug. Yes, Teresa, news with cats. That would be awesome. All right. Because where we're jumping in today. Okay, really? Okay. Oh, no, where we're starting today, before we get to that, I knew what I wanted to tell you. I'm starting to make some graphics because I've basically figured out that we need some kind of heads up about what's going on. So I am going to start showing a graphic here when I start that will tell you what the next big astrological thing is going to be, like what to keep an eye out for. Because let's not be blindsided. Let's not, right? So, for example, I don't have the graphic yet because I basically decided to start doing this last night. So I don't have the graphic yet. But today is February 10th. In 2 days, on the 12th, we're going to have a full moon. All right. And we know what full moons are like, where it ramps up the emotion. And it's going to be in Leo. And Leo is the sign of kings and queens and the palace, that kind of thing. When World War II happened, it happened in Pluto started going through Leo in 1939. So it's like, oh, you want to talk about kings and authoritarians, which is authoritarian rule. You want to talk about that? Let's dig up everything to do with authoritarian rule so you can deal with it and we can get rid of some of this garbage. And we did. We managed to get rid of some of it for almost 100 years, some of it. But anyway. So in 2 days, there's going to be a full moon in Leo. So emotions are going to ramp up for the next couple of days. That's a normal thing. Carolyn, thank you so much. Thank you. Emotions are going to ramp up. And And it's going to specifically politically, because I'm taking the transits in the sky, how they are affecting the chart of the US. I know there are some people who will argue about what is the chart of the US. I'm just going to use what's called the Sibley chart, which is set for 5:10 p.m. in Philadelphia. Excuse me. What? 5:10 p.m. in Philadelphia on July 4th, 1776. It seems to be the one that the highest number of astrologers agree is the chart of the U.S. I'm just going with that. So this full moon that's happening in 2 days is going to be directly opposite the U.S. full moon, our emotional nature. And when you have oppositions, it's like they're on a seesaw. And you get one raised and then the other raised. The example I give is I married a Taurus a long time ago, and I'm a Scorpio, and our suns were exactly opposite each other. So, and it was great for a long time, because the one person would point out how great you were and lift you up, like, oh, look how great you are. And then the other person would be like, oh, no, look how great you are. And then it would do this. But over time, what happens is that one or both of you decide that the other person can't rise, can't be good. Every time the other person is successful, what have you, it means you have to be less. So when we've got this moon in Leo opposite the moon, our collective moon in Aquarius, you've got these heightened emotions, and it's the rise of this full moon in kings and authoritarianism, and Leo can also be loyalty and a lot of good things, but the situation, which is going to, so every time you get like a Trump or one of these people who are above and better than us, kind of pushing our emotions down, there will be this back and forth where we kind of rise. But then there's going to be this emotional tug pulling, just very emotional with what's going to happen in 2 days. So if you feel like emotions are ramping up, they are. If it feels like there's an even stronger push-pull on what they're doing in the government versus the people, that's happening too. So that we know to go, okay, this is happening. It won't. It should, after the full moon, that will ramp down a little bit. Then there will be other aspects that are going to happen. I think then the next big one's going to be on the 19th, and we'll talk about that when we get after, the full moon. And we're going to go through with, I'm going to give you a heads up on the energy that's about to come through and how it's affecting the U.S. chart. So how it's going to affect our country, and specifically focused on politics. All right. So anyway, I just wanted you to be aware that that's what's happening, and that there will be pictures and writing and something. There will be things here at the beginning. All right. Okay. So, hello, Valerie. Sage of the Scales Tarot's in the house. Hello. All right. Now that we've talked about that, at 10 minutes in, Nettie had a question. I was trying to get more information about this morning, like what they're doing in response. I don't know yet. If you have information, I'm going to go over this, but if you have information about what's happening, details, please let me know. So the Portland field office, so Portland, Oregon, they got a letter, email, whatever. At the field office of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. So the Portland field office of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced the annual swearing-in ceremony that was to be held on their biggest one of the year. Big, huge, massive Valentine's Day swearing-in ceremony. It's the birthday of the state. So they've made the swearing-in ceremony a especially big thing on Valentine's Day. So the annual swearing-in ceremony that was to be held for immigrants on February 14th to become citizens has been canceled by the federal government with no reason given. Beastmas is arriving late from Ireland. Curry for supper. Oh, excellent. I hope it's wonderful. Are they going to do this to all blue states that are sanctuary states, not allowing migrants who've been approved to get their citizenship, or what's going on? So I was trying to find out, have in Portland, have they gone to a court? Like, do not pass go directly to court to say, we need reasons, we need, from what I can tell, please correct me. Please correct me if I am wrong. It's at the moment, all I can find, because I'm not finding anything, it looks like Portland is just capitulating. They have other swearing ceremonies scheduled for later in the year, but if this one isn't supposed to go forward, then why would any of the others? So I feel like I should be pulling lots of cards on this. So is this what's going to happen? There are already businesses closing around the country where you have either there are a lot of immigrants who, even if they are people who were immigrants who are citizens now, who are walking around with their passports so they can prove their citizenship if it's stopped. They are, but they are afraid. So they're shuttering their businesses. They are cutting down hours. They are staying home. And yes, his passports are expensive. Yeah. And there's quite a wait time. So stopping legal immigration. Legal. Has anybody been able to find out any information about, is Oregon taking this to court? Demanding a reason? Somebody? Bueller? Yeah, this is just one more thing of awfulness. Jay O'Brien says it's been on the news here in California that immigration is supposed to be showing up around the end of February. Oh, ICE? Yes, Visualize 70. Where are your papers? Okay. Let's turn over some cards. Let's see what we've got. So, in the past, if you did the right things, if you used your resources the way you're supposed to, stayed within the law, could become a citizen. Like Donald's parents, like Melania, although, yeah, that's questionable, but still. Lisa is saying, I live in Oregon, not that far from Portland. I hadn't even heard about this. Well, there's a link in the description box. So, again, please tell me I'm wrong. Tell me this isn't happening, because it looks like it's happening. Center of the reading, we have Temperance. There's supposed to be temperance. What does it say on the Statue of Liberty? Give us your huddled masses yearning to be free. The shining city on a hill. You can't even quote Reagan to these people. Hanging above this, that's just meanness and cruelty. And the base of this is those in the cult bringing a legal process to a halt. Laura says the Portland News is still new. Excuse me. So, home environment, they're a bunch of confusion, a bunch of throwing up chaff. What do you do now? What's going to happen next? Hopes and fears, that's brown shirts. That's the equivalent of brown shirts. And you cannot tell me that them trying to stop legal immigration from people who have come here legally, who have jumped through all the hoops, who have learned more history of the U.S. than any of those blankety blanks in the White House know. If they're trying to stop this, then you're not. This isn't law enforcement. This isn't. No. What other people see? Isolationism. In so many ways. The challenge, well, I've got money, I've got mine. That's what they're saying. I have mine. Fruits of labor. Oh, yes, I have my gardeners come through and do the thing. Near future, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. Please tell me this is a judge getting involved. Carol says it can cost a lot of money to get naturalized. Yep. I'm hoping this is a judge. Final outcome. This kind of thing's going to be happening for a while. I don't want them to. But that's weak. They didn't even give a reason. Sitting pretty, of course, those who are already here, and passing judgment. I'm not going to have any hair left. I think it's just going to all be on fire. I liked my hair. I enjoyed having hair, and then it spontaneously combusted every day. Yeah. So if anybody can Raymond, I love that. Remember in my youth, I was filling out a job application. They asked about my previous life experiences. I put that I was a pharaoh in 2300 AD. This is why we adore you around here. All right. Yeah. So, okay, if you follow the link, let's see if I can find out. A little bit in this area. Is there more? News. Yep, there's the okay. So there is the link. Just having a quick look to see if there's anything else in the news that's jumping out. Okay, so that's all we've got so far. But even just delaying this stuff, I guess they would see as a win for them. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Also versus Taylor got booed. Such a sad state of the world. The videos I saw were of Trump getting booed. And the one video I saw, the man either holding the camera or right nearby was screaming at Trump that he's a traitor. There was a lot of booing. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing we need to consider, and again, don't forget, between now, tomorrow, and the day after, emotions are going to ramp up. So we need to not, because it doesn't do us any good. We need to keep ourselves calm so that we can best react in whatever way is right in our situation, in whatever's going on around us. Let everybody else panic or get bent out of shape. We don't have the energy. We're gonna stay as calm as we can. We're gonna do so we have the energy to do the sensible things, to do what we need to do. Okay? Because at 24 minutes in, after this, I'm going to read on something not as well, not as hair-raising, but something else that they're talking about. But lucky girl, you international treasure. I thank you for being here. The Terracotta Toad has indicated that he might just ignore the courts. So Shady Vance has come out and talked about this too. The Terracotta Toad has indicated he might ignore the courts and that, quote, no judge should be allowed to rule against the changes his administration is making, unquote. This is where they're headed. Yes, M. Kelpie, let's look at that next. Something a little easier than this. So, is the felon, the felon and the felonettes, are they going to just Just ignore the courts. Tyler says, ignore the courts. Surprise, surprise. I know. Lois says, constitutional crisis. Nice. Yeah, Laura, exactly. Okay. Well, we know the courts are increasingly burdening Trump and his minions' reign of awful. Attempted awful. Okay. This is not entirely doom and gloom. All right, we're starting with they're just being awful. This is nostalgia. But this is the way things used to be done. In the center, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is, well, we're just going to do our thing. We're not going to pay attention to the courts. We're not going to do whatever. But what I've got here is a big old Temperance card. Big old Temperance card. This gives me some hope that there's something here, because the last card is then they try again on other stuff. But the only major arcana here is the Temperance card. And I'll try to ask for some clarification, but that gives me a little hope. That gives me a little hope that, in all these things they're trying to do, it doesn't work as well as they think. While the felon has, he cannot be charged for anything he's done while in office related to his job, the people around him do not have that protection. Pimt is asking, is he at 5,000 court cases yet? Well, don't forget, there is that link. I've got it right here. I'll throw it in the chat. There is a link over a website. Sorry, there is a page over at the website justsecurity.org that has been following all of the different court cases. So links in the chat. Clarification. So just ignore the courts. Ignore the rulings. Whatever. We do what we want. All right, there's some stuff they might do that we don't find out about until later. Not really a surprise. There is the Hope card. They've been trying to lie about what's possible, what's not, and they've been coming up a day late, a dollar short. The final two cards are the Sun and the Moon. And this, traditionally, the Sun card is optimism. It's bringing things to light. It's usually the kid on the horse with all the sunflowers in the background and a big shiny sun. But the Moon is chaos. It's emotions. As we've talked about, emotions are going up and down and up and down. So I would love to say that things are going to calm down, but I'm just not picking up on that. I'm picking up on everything I'm picking up on is that they will continue to be chaotic because that's just what they do. And so what we have to do is spread information. We need to contact our representatives. And we need to be very careful with how we're spending our energy. Because if we react to everything, and there are a lot of things that need reaction, but if we allow ourselves to get super emotional, we're not going to make it through. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Unfortunately, this chaos is going to go on for a while. But I do have, not everything is going to work out for them. So let me see. GD is saying, Steve Bannon said to flood the media with news every day while you do the real stuff behind the scenes, and the media keep falling for it. Well, there's yes. And the Stevie 3 shirts can go flip and whistle. I'm sorry. I despise him. Krusty can go take a long walk off a short pier. They want to knock the government down. They want to get rid of huge chunks of the government. They want to free up enough money to continue on with the $4 trillion in tax cuts for the super wealthy themselves. Yeah, basically. Yes, Mark. Pigpen Bannon. Yes. Only evil Pigpen. 10 of Pentacles, King of Swords. All right, these are judge just getting in the way. But Trump the man, he's always trying to twist things around. Now, the good news is this is all minor arcana. So, unfortunately, he's been getting away with some things, but like I've said, the system is not holding to the extent that we want it to, but it is still basically holding in many respects. So, oh boy. All right, moving on. Oh no, I was going to do pennies. 3340. So the Orange Felon has I'm trying to remember where did I see it? Is it an actual, is he just I don't think he's just talking about it. I think there was actually something about this. Where was it? Step for yes, Trump instructs Treasury to halt penny production. They've been talking about this for a while because it costs 2.7 pennies to create a penny because of the increased cost of the metals involved. And there's even some talk of back in 2013, there was a commentary piece on the Brookings Institute website that I guess they're at least talking about. Let's drop not just pennies, but nickels too, and stop using the rightmost decimal place at all. Okay. So they're making they want to make all these radical changes. You couldn't do anything useful like finally switch us over to metric so we could be like the rest of the world and scientific. No, of course not. Okay. So Oh, grateful Dad, thank you. Thank you for continuing to bring some light to this chaotic darkness. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Of course, do you really need pennies? We lost our 3 lowest coins decades ago. We don't miss them at all. Oh, I don't. I'm. And my frustration is not with you, or your questions or anything like that. It's just, really, this is the most important thing. Really. So, yeah, they have been talking about it for a lot, but and Sharon Rice, yes, they aren't copper anymore. They haven't been for a long time. But, my concern is, what does Trump get out of this? That's my concern. Do I think we need pennies? I don't even use cash at all for anything. So I don't care. But with prices changing the way they are because of Trump's policies, is this going to help mask some of the changes, even in a small way? Yeah. So the Emperor is the card for the reading. Yeah, the tub of lard. And once again, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking this when it comes to him. Tub of lard. What does he get out of this? Knight of Swords. Yeah, they're still trying to ransack the government. Page of Pentacles. This is, yeah. Who was up here who was kind enough to put it? About. Oh, Lewis says he doesn't like that the pennies are brown. Oh, that's hysterical. Visualize 70. Are you still in pounds and ounces in the US? Yes, we are. With few exceptions, yeah. There was somebody, I'm so sorry. There was somebody up here who said, right, like the millions of dollars this is going to save is going to fix our deficit. Not. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I couldn't find it. This is not going to fix okay, whatever. Six of Pentacles. I wonder, do you remember in that one Superman movie, and was it in Office Space as well? It was this idea that with payroll, you ended up with fractions of pennies. And somebody came up with a program that would take the fractions of pennies and just start siphoning them into an account. Do you remember that? Office Space? Thank you. Did I say something else? I'm sorry. Superman 3 in Office Space. Thank you. Thank you, Claude. I wonder how they're going to benefit, how the super rich would benefit from this. I just wonder. I'm not usually, I don't trust them. Burden, Two of Cups. All right, these are not so bad. This makes me worry about how much they would try to take advantage of the situation, but this burden in Two of Cups with good people working together. Carol says the IRS uses rounding, round down under 50 cents, round up over 50 cents. Oh yeah. Even in my over on Color Organization, there's the one-page budget thing that explains how to do it. I round up to the next highest dollar amount for the budgeting. But this isn't so bad. This is I'm not saying we need pennies. I want to make certain that this doesn't end up, they haven't found a way to burden people who are struggling. And these cards are better than I expected, so that's good. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, lucky girl. Links in the chat. Here's a link to the video, how to make your one-page budget. Thank you. Okay, so next we go back to 4110. The increase in ICE activity is causing small businesses to shutter across the country. Once Trump is gone, will we ever get back to being a melting pot or a nation of immigrants? Let's look at this. We'll look at the melting pot idea. And then we'll look at the shuttered businesses in the economy. Will we get back to being a melting pot like we should be? Right now, isolationism. Right now, we know the situation, what they're trying to do. Eventually, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords. So they're trying, we know that on the right, they're trying to be awful. I'm just, Four of Pentacles is in the middle. And here, this is what happens because as things are happening, the prices go up. The people who voted for MAGA, they end up with, it hurts them. Three of Pentacles, but that's the plan. What was it? What was it? Oh, I read so much news. I can't remember where I saw it. There was a study done, one of the psychological studies, and it was about basically fairness and people getting money or not and all this kind of stuff. And what they found was, to us, probably not shocking, but it is shocking. The number of people who were willing to either not get paid or take some huge financial hit, as long as it meant the people they didn't like were also not getting paid. Whereas here on the Democratic side, it isn't that we want people, it's not that we want anybody to be impoverished. We don't want people going hungry. We just want it to be more fair. Whereas anyway, Page of Cups is what it eventually comes to. And what this feels like is, frankly, we're already, we've been a melting pot long enough that it's going to be really hard to just say, oh, only people who are lily white can be here. Are you kidding? How many people are 100% Caucasian? It's diminishing. And then you have people who okay, yeah. Anyway, it's just stupid. But I do think that it will come back. We're already diverse. There's already intermarriage between the races. Earl Homo sapien? Give me a break. So it'll take a while, yeah. But hello, Salty Chip. So here's the thing, though. At 4540, how will this affect the economy? Actually, maybe make this 46. This affect the economy? Question mark. Save. Joyce Matthews says, sounds like Harry Potter's purebloods. Exactly. Oh, Sandra, I'm so sorry. I have not picked up on them getting rid of Social Security. I haven't. But these people are so awful, I can't put anything past them. But the backlash, yeah. Anyway. Patricia Winter says, I'm always the whitest person in the room, rarely the smartest. Well, it's not everybody. People, all right, everybody, let's all go listen to Depeche Mode's People Are People. We're all just individuals. Doesn't matter. All right. How does this affect the economy with all of these businesses being shuttered? And how is it going to affect the economy of the United States in the year of somebody's Lord, 2025? Because it's not Trump's Lord. I would argue it's not even Paula White's Lord. Hanged Man. What's not good? You don't just take a chunk of your population and quiet them, get them out of the way, or remove them, or just get them to step aside, and then the rest of your economy to be like, yay. No. Eight of Pentacles. Working. Ouch. Ten of Swords. Far-right communication. This is a bunch of propaganda. Justice. Five of Pentacles. Economically, we are going to take a hit. But, again, I got a big old Justice card getting in the way. There are judges who are cushioning the blow that MAGA is trying to inflict. But it's still going to be hard. And, those of you who are regular viewers, you know that I've been stocking up as best I can on non-perishables. I've actually pulled money out of savings. Not that I have a vast amount of savings, but I've pulled money out of savings to stock up. And I've been trying to reorganize the basement to have somewhere to put the stuff. And because I think prices are going to go up this year. And there are some things that may not be available. Because the other thing here, this is not great. I don't know if it's here. It might be, and I'm missing it at the moment. But at 50 minutes in, I did see something in the news. I wanted to. Oh, bless you, Sandra. So the Orange Felon, he has said he's putting tariffs on steel and, I'm sorry, it takes me a little time. Just trying to find the thing. Oh, we need something humorous. We need something humorous. I just saw it, so I'm going to share this. Apparently, Travis Kelce was dressed like this when he showed up. And it's going to be hard to read what's on the screen, so let me tell you what it says. That's what he showed up wearing. And the comment was, Travis Kelce looks like he was just acquitted of killing disco. So anyway, no, but there was a headline about aluminum. Thank you. Aluminum. It was like aluminum and something. Sorry, I thought I had this right here. Might ignore the courts. People are afraid of going out. Jeez. And yeah, I can't find it. So, tin. Okay. Let's have a look at, it was aluminum and Claude says steel. I thought it was steel. Yeah, steel and aluminum. Make this 51. Okay. Will the Terracotta Toad, will the felon go through with, and it was 25% tariffs on steel, aluminum, etc. What effect would this have? Price is going up, anybody? Endeavor says steel and aluminum tariffs 25% includes Canada and Mexico. Girl says the EU has already said they will raise theirs in return. Steel, aluminum, and coal, Sharon says. Okay. Thank you. Oh, Summerland girl, thank you. Thank you. Shannon says, I'm ordering a new dishwasher after this. Yes, that is a fur baby. That the boo-boo. He's under the blankie. No, Annie, right here. Right here, my friend. All right. Yeah, extremism, America first, whatever. All right, there's Lard Brain and his stupid ideas of tariffs, hemming everybody in. I do have some people working together or getting by putting some things off, or us working together here. But again, this is, she's hemmed in by swords, steel, and this is that boat with steel going forward. So it could be that he's going to give like Canada a break or something, but that would be imports, exports, and more reasons to vote for Democrats. Hello. Whew. Oh, yes. In Oklahoma, they have proposed a bill that is so broadly written that it would, that any romance writers or having romance novels that do not have a completely closed door, it's like you could get up to like 10 years in prison. Oklahoma's gonna Oklahoma, but I went and I looked. It's it's been read on the floor. It's been submitted, but it's still going to committee. It's not on the floor. It hasn't passed. It's not even close yet, or will ever at all. But yeah, so if you hear people talking about it, that's what's going on in Oklahoma. But for now, this is incredibly short-sighted. You would think that people who have billions of dollars, or in Trump's case, supposedly, have billions of dollars, that you'd have a better sense of economics, but no. Three of Wands. Stopping the ship from coming in. Ace of Swords. But the effect on the economy is people out of work. It's not good. And then Page of Pentacles, which is a very, very weak economy. And I am sorry to say, a Tower card. So this is incredibly negative on the economy. There's going to be a lot of pressure. Look, I want to tell you something different. I really do. But this is what I'm picking up. And this is why I've been pushing so hard for everybody to start being careful with your energy and careful with your budget. And I know there's some of you who are just, I don't want to cause panic. And I don't know that there's necessarily a reason to panic. It's just going to be hard. But we've been through hard times before. We have, and we got through them. And I'm trying to help. I really am. I'm doing everything I can think of to help. Calming nerves on Stay Calm. Going through the news with you so you're not going through it alone. Getting away from the news and doing hobbies or anything productive for creative sprints and color organization with budgeting. Everything I can do to help. So thank you, Louis. Thank you. All right. So thank you, Sandra. Yeah. Jana says, you do everything but my dishes. And I would if I could. Although I've got my own housework I really need to do. But well, all right. I've been on for an hour, so I'm going to roll over the questions I didn't get to today. I'm going to roll them over to tomorrow, but they're very important. Please don't think I'm like blowing you off. There's just a lot going on. All right. So I will be back here tomorrow. I'm literally here. I've been here almost every single day for over 5 years, every day. And I will be back here tomorrow. Well, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, but I will be back here tomorrow. So, Carol says, I'm already in a panic mode over Social Security. I don't know if I can take going through this month after month after month. That's where we've got to work on staying calm, doing our budgets. The reason I go into such detail and have used the whole cash stuffing budgeting thing, even if I don't use real cash, is because I get a sense of, I know exactly where everything is, and it gives me the peace of mind of saying, okay, I know I'm on top of this. I know I'm on top of that. I know what's happening with this. I know when that bill comes due. I know how much I need, $3 a month I need to set aside for this annual bill. And it's just very carefully, and then it's laid out, and it helps me sleep better. So good. Lori says, I got my Social Security on Saturday. Well, good. Carol says, budgets work when there is income. Oh, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but it can still help. I don't have a way to fix things for you, but I do have ideas on how to deal with the stress and understand how much you do have in your control. That's all I can do for you, but I'm trying. Okay. All right. So it's 1:12 p.m. here in Chicago. From 3 to 6 p.m. over on the Creative Sprints channel. Sarah's going to be there. I need to help my mom this afternoon. So Sarah's going to be in charge of Creative Sprints. I'm hoping to get there toward the end. But she will be there the whole time. And tomorrow morning, half an hour before this starts, or 20 minutes before this starts, somewhere around there, come over to the Stay Calm channel and let's calm our nerves. And then we'll go through the news again together. And we'll just keep putting one foot in front of the other and being productive and helping each other. So, all right, you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. I know it seems like there aren't, but they're out there. All right? And please understand that people are going to get more emotional over the next couple of days until after the full moon on the 12th, Monday and Wednesday. Okay? Just let them freak out. All right? And I'll see you later. Take care.